A man fell by accident while rock climbing in a canyon. During his fall, his right hand got stuck between two huge boulders. The sudden shock left the man disoriented. By the time he regained his senses, he was trapped at the bottom of the canyon. The man pulled his arm with all his strength, but the rock didn't budge, and his arm got wedged even tighter. He had to endure the severe pain and tried to move the boulder with his left hand, but the rock didn't shift an inch. Then the man kicked the rock, shoved it with his shoulder, and slammed his body against it. None of these efforts worked at all. Exhausted, the man wanted to rest, but the agonizing pressure on his arm kept coming non-stop. In despair, the man shouted for help, but the canyon was desolate and uninhabited, so he had to save himself. The man took out his water bottle and all his tools. He then tried to chip away at the rock with a small knife. After chipping for a while, his hands grew sore. He started to move his wrist, but accidentally dropped the knife into a crack between the rocks. He tried to grab a branch with his toes and hooked the knife little by little. He finally retrieved it successfully. When the man got the knife back, he found the blade had become dull. He had to sharpen it. He sharpened the knife from daytime all the way into the night, without drinking a single drop of water. The man carefully unscrewed the bottle cap. He took a tiny sip of water and held it in his mouth. Standing for a long time wore him out completely. He had to find a way to rest, so the man took out his climbing rope. After many attempts, he finally hooked the rope over a protruding part of the rock. He tied the other end around his waist to distribute the weight. At last, he could rest for a moment. Being stuck for too long made his arm go numb. His water supply also ran low. The man had to give up sharpening the knife. That night, he tied all his belongings to his body to keep warm. When he woke up, he tried to make a device out of the rope to lift the boulder, but he pulled with all his strength and still couldn't move the rock. His energy was drained completely. When he stood up, he accidentally knocked over his water bottle. Just as he felt hopeless, thunder rumbled and heavy rain poured down. The man was overjoyed. He opened his mouth wide to drink the rainwater. Soon, the downpour created a raging current that rushed into the canyon's crevices. The water level rose rapidly to his neck. At that moment, the boulder became loose due to buoyancy. The man finally escaped his predicament. He then drove back home.